Nephew charged with uncle's murder in St. Anne. A 26-year-old farmer of McNeese, St. Anne, has been charged with the murder of his 45-year-old uncle. He is Nicholas Thompson, otherwise called Gabba. Dead is Tyrone Brown, otherwise called Paul, also a farmer of Corley district in the parish. Reports are that about 6:30 a.m. on Tuesday, March 26, Thompson visited his uncle on the farm in Corley district, where he allegedly used a machete to chop Brown several times. The police were alerted, and on their arrival, Brown was seen with multiple chop wounds. He was taken to hospital, where he was pronounced dead. An investigation was carried out and Thompson was arrested. He was charged after he underwent a question and answer session in the presence of his attorney. His court date has not been finalized. One dead, several injured, including children, following crash at Fern Gully. A woman is dead and several other persons, including children, are injured following a motor vehicle crash on the Fern Gully Main Road in St. Anne on Sunday morning. The name of the deceased has not been released. Police report that minutes to midday, a 15-seater motor vehicle with 23 persons aboard crashed into an embankment. The police were called to the scene and the injured persons were taken to the St. Anne's Bay Hospital, where the woman succumbed and the others admitted. It's understood that 6 persons are in serious condition. Reporters understand that 16 children and 7 adults were traveling in the vehicle. Lawmen say 2 children and 1 adult are being transferred to the University Hospital of the West Indies for treatment. It's reported that the passengers were traveling from Kingston and were heading to St. Mary on a fun day when the crash occurred. In the meantime, the police are urging motorists to obey the road code and to desist from speeding. Teen suspected of drowning in Manville community pool. Police are probing a suspected case of drowning involving a teenager in the upscale community of Ingleside in Manville on Thursday. Police named the deceased as Zachary Bryan, 16, a resident of Hatfield district in Manchester. Bryan reportedly attended Belleair High School in Manville. A police report said about 3:30 p.m., Bryan, along with other students, was at a sporting complex in Ingleside when he jumped into a pool, got into difficulty, and drowned. The police were called to the scene and the body removed to the morgue. Cabby robbed, thrown from vehicle in Spanish Town. Detectives assigned to the St. Catherine North Police Division are searching for men who reportedly posed as passengers and robbed a taxi operator in Spanish Town of $60,000 and other items, then threw him from the vehicle. The police say about 10:50 p.m. on Saturday, the taxi operator was driving his motor vehicle along Morrison Street in Spanish Town when 2 men signaled him to stop. Upon boarding the vehicle, one of the men brandished a gun and the other placed a bag over the driver's head. The men took control of the vehicle and later threw the driver into a canal along the section of St. John's Road. The hoodlums sped away with the vehicle, which was later found abandoned in the vicinity of G.C. Foster College. Man featured on JCF Wanted Wednesday is charged with murder. A 29-year-old man who was featured on the Jamaica Constable Force's JCF Wanted Wednesday has been slapped with several charges, including murder. He is Ashwin Mackenzie. Mackenzie, who turned himself into the Halfway Tree Police on Wednesday, March 27, accompanied by his attorney, was interviewed and subsequently charged with conspiracy to murder, possession of a prohibited weapon, and use of a firearm to commit a felony. According to investigators, on Friday, August 11, 2023, Cedric Thompson, a 32-year-old laborer of Church Street in Fletcher's and Kingston, was gunned down in his community after being attacked by 3 armed men. After following several investigative leads, lawmen established Mackenzie as a suspect, along with Calvin Simmons and a 3rd man who is now deceased. Mackenzie and Simon were published on Wanted Wednesdays on Wednesday, March 27. As investigators now finalize preparations for Mackenzie to appear before court, they are appealing to Simon to also turn himself in at any police station. Members of the public who can assist investigators are encouraged to contact Crime Stop at 311, the police 119 number, or the police station. 11 million worth of ganja seized in St. Elizabeth. A team of officers assigned to the Area 3 Narcotics Police Division say they have seized over 1,000 pounds of compressed ganja in Trial District, St. Elizabeth on Saturday. Reports were that about 10 a.m., lawmen were in the area when a premises was searched. During the search, 25 knitted bags containing ganja, weighing approximately 1,103 pounds, were found in an unfinished building. The illicit drug is said to have an estimated street value of Jamaican $11 million, $38,000. No one was arrested in relation to the seizure. Investigations continued. Firearm reportedly found stashed on the music box in Lawrence Tavern. The St. Andrew North Police say one 9mm pistol with a magazine containing 3 rounds of ammunition was recovered beneath a music box during an operation in Unity District, Lawrence Tavern, St. Andrew on Sunday morning. Reports are that about 7 a.m., lawmen were in the area when a premises was searched. During the search, the firearm and ammunition was found. No one was arrested in relation to the seizure. Investigation continues. South Manchester residents continue protests over police killing. Sections of the roadway between Lanchester and Asia districts in South Manchester remain blocked after angry residents mounted roadblocks in protest of the police killing of a man on Wednesday. The roadway between the communities have been blocked since Thursday, with downed trees, stones and other debris spread across the roadway. 24-year-old Jamar Clark was reportedly killed as he attempted to leave an event at Winston Jones High School in Asia. The Independent Commission of Investigations say initial reports indicated that Clark was driving a car in a dangerous manner within the school grounds, which resulted in the injury of persons and damage to other property. A policeman who was present made unsuccessful attempts to get Clark to halt the vehicle. It is alleged that Clark continued to drive in high speed in the direction of the policeman, who subsequently fired at the vehicle and he crashed. However, the angry residents claim he was simply trying to leave the event when he was shot by the policeman, resulting in the vehicle hitting other patrons. The police have not made an official statement regarding the incident. Williams Lords JTA for digital focus on this year's anniversary conference. Education Minister Favor Williams has lauded the Jamaica Teachers Association for this year's focus on its 60th anniversary conference. Speaking at the anniversary church service on Sunday morning, the minister said that this year's theme, Full Steam Ahead, Advancing Digital and Future Skills, reinforces the importance of coordinating policy, programs and the provision of resources to address the diverse needs of students. She said this year's conference is an opportunity for stakeholders in the education sector to discuss new perspectives and to determine how best to implement the changes. She said as the JTA looks back at the past 60 years, it must also look to the future at what can and must be done. The minister expressed confidence that the ministry and the JTA can work together to successfully transform the sector successfully.
This year's conference theme, Full Steam Ahead, Advancing Digital and Future Skills, reinforces the importance of coordinating policy, programs, and the provision of resources to address the diverse needs of students. The Ministry of Education and Youth applauds your commitment and dedication. We also welcome this week's annual conference, as this course often helps to inform changes in policy development. This is a wonderful opportunity for stakeholders in the education sector to discuss new perspectives based on contemporary global developments and to determine how best to implement changes where applicable. At the Ministry, we also continue the work on implementing the recommendations of the Jamaica Education Transformation Commission. We are advanced in a number of areas. But let me say, as we look back at the past 60 years with gratitude for what has been achieved and to the future for what can and must be done, I am confident that with your dedication and hard work, we can overcome any challenges that may come our way.
Digitalization at RGD linked to NEEDS project. The massive digitalization project being undertaken by the Registrar General's Department, RGD, will assist with the transition of the National Identification System NEEDS. The RGD recently disclosed at a JIS think tank that it will be moving to digitalize more than 2.4 million records as part of its modernization process. These include birth, marriage, death, adoption, and stillbirth certificates. Chief Executive Officer at the RGD, Charlton McFarlane, noted that the undertaking is being funded by the NIDS project. The digitalization is linked to NIDS. In fact, it is a NIDS project through the Office of the Prime Minister that is actually financing the digitalization of records at the RGD, McFarlane stated. He explained that the relationship between the two entities will promote efficiency. It is really a close-knitted relationship, and the efficiencies to be had with the digitalization of records will in fact add to efficiencies in the NIDS project as it relates to enrollment for the NIDS card and also the production of same, McFarlane stated. He further argued that a symbolic relationship will redound in the benefit of all citizens as it will, made better in getting the NIDS cards easier. Based on how the National Identification System is set up in the law, persons will acquire a birth certificate, a computer-generated birth certificate, and we can begin to see the natural link now where we have our records digitalized, McFarlane stated. This will enable us to produce those certificates in a more efficient manner, in a timelier manner, and so that will facilitate persons who are enrolling for their NIDS cards. We will be able to produce those certificates quicker and enable them to move to the next step of the application and enrollment in the National Identification System, he concluded. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.